thought I'd give you a quick introduction into Remo. Remo is the software we use for online conferences, Attendee, C++, but also CPPCon has happened last week in this software. CPPCon looked a bit different. I right now use the standard layout of Remo. So this is how the Meeting C++ online conference on Thursday, the first Meeting C++ online conference, will look for you as an attendee. And I will just give you a quick introduction into the software now. So let me switch to Remo. Hello. So the first thing you probably want to do is to switch on your camera, which you can do when you click on this camera icon here. And now also Remo will tell you that, when I speak, Remo will now often tell me that, I should unmute myself, which naturally I would do, but I'm recording this, so I'm not unmuting myself. So otherwise I probably would get some feedback. And I want to avoid that. And anyways, this is an empty room. Normally I would have other people sitting on this table, and then you would see their videos popping up above this Remo interface, or this Remo room, if you want to have it like that. So this looks like you're on stage, but you're not on stage. That's right now basically the table room where you can socialize. And this video is now only visible to those folks sitting at table in Meeting C++ right now. And if you want to go to a different table, let's say we go to the C++20 table, you just jump over there. And then it takes a second to bring the video up again. I've put on those table names to give people an orientation where they might be able to meet certain folks, but they are just a suggestion, so expect the conversations to be not necessarily on the topic of the table. Okay. Then some important things to point out. An external webcam can be really useful. If you click on the menu on the left, you will find the opportunity to switch to different cameras. Seems my computer right now does not find my usual webcam, which is the built-in webcam. Let's see, but the microphone I could switch. Let's not do that. And so this is really helpful if you have trouble with a built-in webcam. This cable sometimes breaks, and I think this is like the issue I have. It's a cable issue. If it's the right angle of the monitor, then it works. Otherwise, I'm sitting on a laptop and it doesn't work. But let's go back to the main room here. So if you click on here, you can see, or if you just hover over it, you see a bit of the event setup. And up here in this box, I think will be this video in just a few minutes when this is rendered. And so this is basically the interface where you socialize in the breaks, where you can have face-to-face conversations, which is a really great feature of Remo to enable you to have conversations with fellow developers and to just have a really nice experience here sitting in a video chat in a small room. So each of those tables are separate video chat rooms. They do have also this tile view here, which now you can see me in big. Normally you would see now every other member of your table in tile view here. Let's go back. This is something you will not have. This is something you have as a host to go into presenter mode, which we'll do in a second. Let me bring up the chat. So here you see the chat. This is basically the attendees which are on the instance, and this is the table chat, and this is the general chat, and then I could share my screen with my room. Let's not do that. I've tried sharing screen at CPPCon, and it might freeze your browser. So in Remo, be careful with that feature, and I'm not doing this because this is a demo and it will go wrong definitely. This is, I think, probably, yeah, this is like things I'm able to do as an admin. Like I could make an announcement. Let's do an announcement. I just hello world, and yeah, so Remo often, so this is what it looks like for you as an attendee. You see the announcement, like, hey, next talk is upcoming, or has anybody seen the speaker? Like, you're online, you have to click it away. And yeah, there's a whiteboard, which is the whole table shared if you click on it. A timer is something I as an admin can do, and mute table is also something I can do as an admin. I haven't tried those things, and maybe they're useful, maybe they're not useful. I also again can go up here and mute members, but I seem not to do that as myself. This is a useful feature to mute people for me as an admin in this box, because it helps sometimes people to get their microphone back. Sometimes there's a local issue, and if I mute them and unmute them, the software picks up the microphone again. One thing you should be aware, and when you use Remo or general do online conversations with your microphone and camera, is how to enter the settings for your camera and your microphone. Be a bit aware about the lighting and what other people see, backgrounds and camera angles. But usually it just works because you can use your built-in webcam or have a normal webcam already positioned for your everyday video conferencing. And then there is presentation mode. Let's go into this. Normally I would do this with a countdown, but for this presentation, just go directly into it. And I don't want to record it. This is the presentation mode where you again can see me talking. This is a general chat, and this is an area where you can ask questions. This is useful for during talks. So the chat during talks is very helpful to have a general conversation or post links to what the speaker is currently speaking about. Like I now will just post a link to the online page of Meeting CPP. That's, I think, a very useful link for the conversation and the event on Thursday. The event, by the way, will be exactly in this instance of Remo. And yeah, questions can be upvoted by fellow attendees, and hence it's kind of stacked on that and ordered by popularity. And usually we do those questions not during a talk, but after the talk we have a time for Q&A reserved, and the speaker will have a chance to answer the questions. And yeah, you can also make it disappear and see the full screen, but I think Remo should work a bit on how they use their screen. They make the video bigger and the slides bigger. That would be pretty good for our use cases, because code on online slides in this setting is a bit small often. And I can turn this off again. Yes, back to floor. Back to the table or floor mode, and tells me again that I'm muted. Of course, I'm muted because I'm recording this. And that's basically the whole part of Remo. There's another part. This is where you can edit your profile, or you can log out. And if you go into my profile, this is how it looks. You can then edit profile, etc., etc. So that's basically Remo in a nutshell. I'm happy to see a few of you on Thursday and many more of you on September 30th, when we have Karen Henney in the same environment as a guest speaker. And yeah, so my CPPCon experience is on my blog. It was great. Using Remo, talking to people is a great experience. You definitely want to give that a try. But I think that there's a certain learning curve, and that's why I recorded this video, to have folks get around in Remo and get used to Remo and know how it looks before they just step in here for the first time. There's a certain learning curve. One thing I haven't showed you, which I probably should show you still, is you can have events with several floors, and then you can go to another floor. Normally it would ask you if you want to really go, but I kind of clicked the box that it doesn't ask anymore. And then you just, because on every floor it's about 100 folks fitting, and sometimes you have events with more than 100 folks, so you can go to the next floor and find another table where people are chatting. And so yeah, you see that I have an avatar here. This is also useful for you, but the default is to have their the first letter of your username. Okay. And if you have some image which identifies you or where other people can recognize you, it makes it easier to find you in the event. So definitely think about what you want to upload there. It does not have to be an image of yourself. I've seen some people have random images in there. Think about what you could do. If you're a sponsor, have a company logo or something like that would also be an option. And that's it. See you next time.